All it takes is a beautiful fake smile to hide an injured soul, and they will never really know how broken you really are. That was Robin Williams, May of 2014. His last scene in the Night at the Museum 3. Little did anybody know at that time it was going to be his last physical scene ever. 3 short months later, he took his own life. In 2022, the Center for Disease Control reported that there were at least 1.6 million attempted suicides. 49,000 lives were actually cut short because they succeeded in taking their own lives. 49,000 in just 1 year. That's 1 every 11 minutes. Let that sink in for a minute. 1 life every 11 minutes. That's 130 lives a day. This is why suicide prevention is so important to me. My name is Kaprina Ott. My life has been touched by suicide in many ways. Today, I want to talk to you about a few that have really impacted me. My mother suffered from chronic pain and depression. She was often telling me how she just wished her life would end, that she didn't want to suffer anymore, that she wanted to be put out of her misery. It was really heartbreaking for me to see the life and the joy that was there sparkling in her eyes just fade into shadows of pain and grief. Though she never acted on those thoughts or feelings, she never did go get help. That joy, that spark was extinguished forever. She passed away in 2018 before she could ever seek any help. Excuse me. In 2019, a dear friend was hospitalized for attempted suicide. She tried to slit her wrists as well as overdose. She was struggling with her own body image. You see, she was transitioning. She wasn't being accepted at home, and then she was being bullied and belittled at work and at school. She just felt like it was just too much for her to bear, and she couldn't take it anymore. Even today, she still reports that it's still a struggle for her. This is why suicide prevention is so important. With suicide rates reaching epidemic proportions, suicide prevention is paramount. This is why today I'm going to share information on awareness, intervention, and I'm also going to provide resources somebody can use if they needed help. In 2023, the CDC reported suicide was among the top 8 leading causes of death for people between the ages of 10 and 64. 10 and 64. It was also the second leading cause of death for people between the ages of 10 and 34. 10 years old. They're just barely even starting to experience what life is. And all the way up to our grandparents and our parents. It's very hard to understand or imagine losing somebody at their own hands. The CDC explains that both suicide and attempted suicide are known to have far-reaching consequences. It can have significant physical, emotional, and economic impacts. Not only can it affect the person who attempted suicide, but it also affects the health and well-being of their family, friends, loved ones, co-workers, communities. Everyone that's around them can be affected. And these effects can range from persistent grief, anger, hopelessness, guilt, anxiety, and even suicidal thoughts. The National Institute for Mental Health advocates there are 5 steps a person can take to help intervene when somebody is at risk for a suicide. Number 1, ask. Open a dialogue. Communicate and come straight out and ask, are you thinking about suicide or about hurting yourself? Number 2, be there. Let them talk. Be the ear to listen. Let them know that you will not be judging them. This is a judgment-free zone. And actually listen. Number 3, help keep them safe. Lock away or get rid of guns, knives, or other lethal means that they could get their hands on. This includes medication. Even some as simple as Tylenol or Benadryl can cause serious consequences. Number 4, help them connect. Provide them with the contacts and the information for the suicide hotlines, for resources that they may need to help them create a safety net. And number 5, follow up. Get back in touch with them. Reach out, check up, make sure they're okay. This all plays a really important role in making sure that we can help prevent suicide in the future. Both the CDC and the National Institute for Mental Health urge that if someone is in crisis or thinking about suicide, they can call or text 988. I apologize if this might be backwards. I'm not sure if it will be. Help is available 24/7, and all conversations are free, confidential, and it connects them with a skilled, judgment-free counselor. Another valuable resource that we all have, and great to utilize, is our loved ones. Friends and family can be a great sounding board. We can get our feelings out and talk to them about other options, things that we can do that you can help with. Give somebody to lean on. A resource that I like for non-hetero youth is called the Trevor Project. They offer a suicide prevention hotline that provides confidential assistance provided by trained counselors. Now they can call 1-866-488-7386, and a text line is also available. Just text START, S-T-A-R-T, to 678-678. And the final resource that I will mention is the cdc.gov website. They offer a trove of information on numerous topics, including how to cope with stress, recovery, mental health, and so much more. Ultimately, suicide has reached epidemic levels, and prevention remains imperative. Thank you for allowing me to share information on suicide prevention and intervention, and of course, the resources. I hope it provided some insight into why suicide prevention is so important. Now, in my research, I did come across a poem by a blogger that goes by Edelweiss. I'm going to leave you with their words. Don't give up. Don't ever lose that spark of hope, even at times when you feel like giving up, at times when the journey just gets too difficult and plagued with too many uncertainties. Keep that faith alive and never forget. Never get tired. For someday soon, the tides will turn and a new ray of sunshine is born.